Sports fans, welcome to this weekend's recap of the explosive sports action on the Golden Score News and Non-Fuel Flicks, your home of black entertainment. My name is Adelani Ogunrinade, your most trusted spy in the world of sports. Get yourselves ready for yet another electrifying show. Yeah. The weekend wasn't short of goals, runs, glory, drama, and everything that makes you and I love sports. Let's see the stories making headlines this Monday night. Rennes hands 17-year-old Nigerian teenager debut. Sundowns extend Premiership lead. Chelsea edge league leaders. Arsenal send West Brom to Division 1. Real Madrid miss chance to go top. Sal Canelo Alvarez breaks down Billy Joe Sanders. NBA fines Pelicans Griffin $50,000. Now let's get deeper into these stories. Rennes hands 17-year-old Nigerian teenager debut. 17-year-old Nigerian teenager Leslie Ugochukwu was given his debut for Rennes against PSG. Ugochukwu was born in Rennes but to Nigerian parents. He started his career with the club's youth side and signed his first professional contract last year, which runs until 2024. PSG was held to a draw in that match, and hey, their title celebrations will be put on hold. Now let's move on to some African football news. In the PSL, Sundowns extend Premiership lead. Mamelodi Sundowns reinforced their position at the top of the DStv Premiership standings yesterday with a 1-0 victory over TS Galaxy at Mbombela Stadium. The goal came courtesy of Peter Shalulile. Hope I didn't butcher that name, really. My PSL fans watching that, forgive me if I butchered that. Now, moving on to the English Premier League, Chelsea edge league leaders. Wow, what a game that was. City needing 3 points to become champions of England for the 7th time, took the lead just before halftime through Raheem Sterling's close-range strike. Aguero had a glorious chance to make it 2-0 from the spot moments later when Billy Gilmore fouled Gabriel Jesus. But the Argentina striker opted for a dinked effort that was easily saved by Edouard Mendy. It proved a costly mistake as Chelsea improved after the break and equalized with Cesar Azpilicueta, and he set up Hakim Ziyech to fire home from the edge of the area. The winning goal came from Alonso in extra time. Manchester City's title celebrations were further delayed by Manchester United's 3-1 win over Aston Villa. So just like PSG, Manchester City have to wait to pop the champagnes and to lift their manager and do all these things title-winning sides do. Now let's move on to the other side of the table. West Brom, unfortunately, have been officially relegated. Arsenal send West Brom to Division 1. West Brom have been officially relegated from the Premier League for a 5th time after a defeat at Arsenal that keeps the Gunners' slim hopes of qualifying for Europe alive. Goals by Emil Smith-Rowe, Nicolas Pepe, and a free kick by Willian destroyed West Brom coach Sam Allardyce's ambition of competing in the Premier League next season. Now moving on to Spain, Real Madrid missed chance to go top. Elite Diego Carlos' own goal earned a point for Real Madrid against Sevilla as the defending champions were denied top spots in La Liga. Fernando put Sevilla ahead midway through the first half before substitute Marco Asensio equalized for Real Madrid, and then Rakitic scored a penalty. Toni Kroos' shot in the 94th minute deflected in off Carlos as Real leveled for a second time to go 2 points behind leaders Atletico Madrid, who played a 0-0 ball draw with Barcelona. Now, from the fields of football to the rings of boxing, Saul Canelo Alvarez breaks down Billy Joe Saunders. Saul Canelo Alvarez produced a devastating uppercut to leave a distraught Billy Joe Saunders unable to rise from the stool after 8 rounds of their world title unification bout. Just as Saunders looked to be gaining a footing, the Mexican found a shot which caused an instant swelling over the British fighter's right eye. Saunders' trainer called the bout off with his fighter unable to see. That punch was powerful. I felt it from the couch watching that. Now moving on to the latest in the NBA. NBA finds Pelicans Griffin $50,000. The NBA fined David Griffin of the New Orleans Pelicans $50,000 on Sunday for publicly criticizing officiating and making comments the league considered, well, rather detrimental. The decision came 2 days after Griffin, the Pelicans' executive vice president of basketball operations, spoke out strongly about his concerns over the amount of contact NBA referees allow New Orleans forward Williamson to endure. Williamson is currently out inevitably with a broken left index finger. Griffin said the Pelicans have told league officials many times that they feared Williamson was being exposed to injury because of the way defenders are allowed to play against the 6'7", 284-pound star. Wow. Well, we wish him a speedy recovery. That's a big man right there. All right, after the break, we'll be on the phone with Emmanuel Ogunrinade, still stuck at Camps Bay, Cape Town, reporting from Camps Bay, Cape Town, talking to us. We'll be talking to him shortly. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Golden Score Show right here on Non-Field Flicks. I hope you're enjoying the show as much as I'm enjoying bringing it to you. As promised, we'll be speaking to Emmanuel Ogunrinade over the phone. He's in Camps Bay at the moment. Emmanuel, how is Camps Bay? I know you're enjoying yourself. We're missing you right here on the Golden Score Show.
Hello, Adelani. Thank you so much. Camps Bay is fine. I'm doing good. Thank God that I'm still here, enjoying myself. I hope you're good too.
Okay, Emmanuel, now let's get straight into it. Let's start with the NBA. The NBA fining Griffin. The punishment, is that too harsh?
Absolutely, Adelani. $50,000 for free speech. Williamson is injured now, and I agree with the coach Griffin when he said on Friday he's been absolutely mauled on a regular basis. I definitely think the freedom to criticize referees should be allowed in sports. If not, the game is defeated.
Now let's talk about the boxing. Emmanuel, did you expect that victory from Alvarez?
Of course, I expected it. What do you expect from the sports reigning pound-for-pound king, Adelani? The Mexican star has now unified the WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles after a brutal 8-round assault suddenly ended the spirited resistance of Saunders, who was taken to hospital. I'm hearing reports that he has a suspected fracture in his right eye socket. But Saunders, to his credit, he had his moment. As the southpaw shook off a slow start when Alvarez used his speed and body attack to stifle his offense by making a clear adjustment in round 5. Not only did Saunders begin standing right in front of Alvarez by landing punches from awkward angles, his increase in swagger seemed to help his defense prevent Alvarez from landing clean. So it was a pretty good match, I must say.
Now let's move on to the Premier League. Sergio Aguero's penalty was so embarrassing. It's a talking point from the weekend. Oh, I had a good laugh at that. Emmanuel, how did you see that penalty? Surely you and I would take a better penalty than that.
Adelani, I don't know what Aguero was thinking, man. To me, I feel he just wanted to help Chelsea out, man. Just say, Chelsea, you know what? I'm free agent next season. Come and get me. I think that is what he was trying to do. In a match where you're expecting to win the league, and you were one go up, and you got a penalty, and for him to come and try to do that, well, I mean, it happens. Some people score and some don't. So I'm not going to blame him, even though it was a funny moment for football. I feel as experienced as he is, and he has scored a lot of goals, he's not a player where everybody will blame him because of one mistake. So it was a funny moment, but at the end of the day, Chelsea won. So hey, who am I to blame Aguero? We know what he was doing.
Now, as a Chelsea fan, did the result encourage you to believe Chelsea can beat Manchester City in the Premier League or in the Champions League rather?
Adelani, talking about Chelsea, playing against Guardiola, Pep is a very good coach. A coach that is tactically sound, a coach that when he's at his best, it's difficult for teams to match him. And now somebody comes from France, Thomas Tuchel left PSG to come to Chelsea. And now he has proven to Pep that he is a top-notch coach, a coach that has transformed Chelsea to a point where everybody is scared of playing Chelsea right now. When he started at Chelsea, none of us was expecting him to even take Chelsea beyond the stage that they are right now. So this guy exceeded our expectations of him. We wanted him to at least try and make sure that he qualified Chelsea for Champions League next season. And he's doing that. And not just doing that, taking Chelsea to the FA Cup final, and now they're in the Champions League final, and doing a double over Pep. To me, that was a difficult game, even though the result was sweet for a lot of Chelsea fans. But going into the Champions League final, man, we can't use this result to begin to talk about a final that is coming, a final where Manchester City is their first final and they want to win because they've spent a lot of money. And Chelsea also want to win because right now they are beginning to believe in themselves. Being in the final of the FA Cup, being in the final of the Champions League, the players are now, the confidence is back. They now believe that they can go ahead and win all these trophies. And the news also coming out from the Chelsea camp is that they've been promised £11 million, the entire team, if they can be able to win the Champions League. So this is going to be difficult. Will Chelsea be able to beat Manchester City in the final? Yes, I would say yes, because the coach is now understanding how Pep set up his team. And that is important. What he is doing to Pep right now, and Pep himself, I'm sure, is confused. So going into that final, Pep is going to be very careful with different selections. He's going to have that headache because the Chelsea coach now have an advantage going into that final, beating him back to back, taking him out of the semi-final of the FA Cup, and also beating him in the Premier League. So this is going to be a difficult match between the two good teams, two good coaches that are sound tactically, coaches that are approaching the game in a different way, coaches that are giving the game a different dimension to look at when it comes to selecting of their teams. So I think this is going to be a very difficult one, but I can't tell you who is going to win because it's going to be very difficult. We still have time. Anyway, I'm going to predict as time goes by. For now, I feel this is going to be just a very tight one. Anybody that wins will win by chance.
Now, Manchester United are lining up a reported 80 billion bid for Borussia Dortmund and England winger Jadon Sancho, who is only 21 years old. Emmanuel, do you think it's a worthy investment to invest £80 million in a 21-year-old in today's football market?
And they're talking about Sancho and Manchester United bid. Yeah, football has evolved, and it's evolved in so many forms, man. Football has evolved in a way where people are now using money to buy trophies. People are using money to win trophies. People are using money to win leagues. They are using money to invest. And when you are investing in a player right now, they don't look at the immediate effect that player is going to have on the game, but they are also looking at the future. So when they're signing the player of this quality, they are looking at in the next year or two, if they be able to sell this guy, how much are they going to sell him? I think that is what transfer is about right now. It's about the future, the present and the future. They look at, if we can sign this Sancho right now as a young star coming for 80 million or 100 million, we might be able to sell him tomorrow if you want to sell him for 200 million or 150 as the football has evolved. So, and I say this a lot of times, that there's no raw talent in football anymore. Now it's about money. We're seeing average players being signed for huge amount of money in the world of soccer. So I'm not surprised. He's an English boy, and the hype coming from the media also. Playing in Germany, German papers don't hype you. You must play your soccer. You must know your story. If you know how to play, they will give you your credit. They are not like England, where a small player comes and start making a little effort and then they start hyping you. So Manchester United going for him, I'm not surprised, because he's an English player. An English press want him to play in the English league. So going to sign him for that amount, I'm not. If they can be able to sign Pogba for 85 million, I mean, why not sign Sancho for even 200 million? I'm not surprised. That is what football has turned into. Thank you so much, Adelani.
Emmanuel, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you back. Quickly enjoy Camps Bay and come back to the Golden Score Show, please. That was Emmanuel Akurada on the line. We really miss him so much here. All right, well, that wraps up yet another episode of the Golden Score Show right here with me, Adelani Ogunrinade. Please make sure you tune in again on Wednesday, because on Wednesday, I have an incredible show for you guys. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.